In my second video from Mexico City, I live the high life in a high-end hotel.
Is the luxury suite comfortable enough for you, Mr. Cole?
I think the luxury suite is plenty comfortable.
Eat the guts of a lamb at El Profe.
Panza De Borrego, all the lamb's intestines.
Catch up on cutting video at a co-working office.
The space is located in Colonia Roma.
And talk to Chef Eduardo García at Maximo Bistro.
When you do tlayuda, it has to be that size. If you cut it in half, it changes the name.
I think this is a city that has a lot to offer, from street tacos or street food to the highest end fine dining places.
With the help of my friends, Manny and Elizabeth, I bring you a cultural cross-section of Ciudad de Mexico. There are over 20 million people in Mexico City. It's a cosmopolitan metropolis that's constantly on the go.
It's like a complicated city, you know, like the life rhythm over here is just goes and goes and goes. The rhythm is so fast paced. Wherever you're going, you're already late.
This is not the Mexico waiting to make you a frozen margarita. This is Mexico City.
Hello, Mr. Cole. Good
Yes.
afternoon. This is Enrique.
I'm here to help you with the bags.
May I come in?
Enrique, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Using my brother's Marriott employee rate and a room upgrade, I scored this 1,000 square foot suite at the St. Regis in the Reforma district for less than $200.
Most of the luxury suites we have in St. Regis Hotel are facing the front side of Paseo de la Reforma Avenue.
And so show me, what are we looking at?
We can see here on the right side the green section. That green section is called Chapultepec Bar.
And what is this monolithic looking structure here?
This is a monument dedicated to the bicentenary of the independence of Mexico.
It's like a big middle finger.
The suite came with plenty of perks for the pampered types, like a steam room in the shower
Private steam sessions in your
Wow.
own bathroom.
and a TV in the bathroom mirror.
Another TV screen and mirror just behind you, Mr. Cole.
And, in case I wanted to act like a real aristocrat, a master control next to the bed.
This looks high tech.
You know, this is very convenient because if you don't want to move from your bed, just click and you can make all the changes you wish.
Bring me my Hassenpfeffer.
Hi, Dad.
I also had 24-hour room service and access to the state-of-the-art gym and yoga studio.
This is some yoga studio.
Looks like my therapist office.
We're into some fancy here.
Plus, there was a spa that would prove handy after a late night of partying.
Remedy Spa is where you can charge batteries to recover. This is the place.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you? I feel better already with the aroma that kind of fell over me as I walked into here. What's the best men's facial product that you sell?
Elements.
Elements.
Yeah, elements.
I'm trying to hold on to my
Yeah.
youthful look at 49 years old, you know, so I'm not doing bad. But how do you pronounce your name?
Damaris.
Damaris.
Yeah.
Mucho gusto.
But my favorite perk was my very own and very cute personal butler, Carolina.
Hola, buenas tardes. Bienvenidos.
She was there to greet me with a champagne toast and on call at all hours for when I needed important things, like extra liquor at 3 in the morning.
Wow, Carolina, I feel extra special today. Thank you, Carolina. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, man. Cheers. To the high life.
After an entire day of top-end treatment, it was time for more traditional ideas. So we met my friend Elizabeth for a breakfast of sweet and greasy things, like niño envuelto, huevos cubanos, and fried plantains, to talk about seeing the real Mexico City.
Where are we headed today?
Well, the market that we're hitting, it's called Mercado Jamaica, also known as Mercado de las Flores.
Mercado Jamaica is one of Mexico City's traditional public markets. There are 1,150 stands dedicated just for selling cut flowers, arrangements, and gardening products.
Muchas flores.
El 10 de mayo es el Día de las Madres, así que todos vienen a comprar flores.
Okay. It's Mother's Day
Sí.
on Tuesday, so everyone is here trying to get the Sunday best for Mama.
Yes. And the
too?
perfect gift.
Por tu mamá?
Maybe. Sí, muchas decoraciones para el jardín. Es típico mexicano tener flores en tu hogar.
¿Y en tu casa?
Sí,
Muchas flores.
de marihuana.
The buried treasure of this place, behind all the flower stalls, you'll find some very, very local food vendors.
¿Cuchara?
Tu cuchara. Que un poquito picante.
Picante. Me gusta mucho. Wow, it's good.
Tengo suadero y tengo tuerto.
Roasted corn,
Chile atole también.
chorizo, little habanero, little mayonnaise.
Amiga.
Gracias.
Gracias. Chicharrón.
Past stall after stall of fresh meat and seafood and fried snacks, we made our way to a sort of holy grail of Mexican street food, El Profe.
Wow, what is that?
Barbacoa.
Barbacoa. Greasy as hell.
Sí, es muy bueno.
Muy bueno.
Lo que más vendemos es barbacoa. La barbacoa es carne de cordero. De la barbacoa, del borrego se trabaja todo, la cabeza, la panza, todo se vende. Pero nosotros tratamos de limpiar la carne por completo.
If I only had time for one taco stand in this city, El Profe would be the jam. They've got a plethora of cuts from pork, beef, and lamb. It's fatty, it's greasy, and you can try a wide variety of things, like lamb guts, for instance.
I'm about to try Panza De Borrego. It is the stomach of a lamb filled with all the lamb's intestines. Check that out. They look really great in the case over there. Let's give the guts of the lamb a try. It's good, it's spicy, and it's rich and it's greasy. All the bits are kind of mashed up in there, so it has a chewy texture to it.
Dos chelas y una mundet roja. Yeah, we have some barbacoa, some belly over there, the whole animal, some salsita, salad components. Now we're talking.
That's a banger.
Es un taco de cecina. La cecina es parte de la res. Y arriba tiene papas. Es una perfecta combinación.
The smallest one of our crew brought the biggest appetite and took down what I like to call the Happy Meal taco. Good old-fashioned red meat, topped with French fries.
Ooh, that's a mouthful. That's a mouthful for sure.
Even on my trips like these, to awesome places like this, I still often have real work to do. Fortunately, Manny was friends with the owners of this place, Workit, a co-working space in Colonia Roma, founded in 2019.
They saw the need for spaces where people could just get together, work in an environment that was like both really well designed and also like a suited space for working. You know, 2020 was a hit for all of us. So I think more people decided to go into a digital nomad lifestyle. There was a need, like a desperate need for places like this where you can just be traveling, but find a space where you can just work from with reliable internet.
It's the kind of place custom made for people like me, working on the go from modern digs with all the amenities. It also happened to be in the same neighborhood as one of the city's top restaurants. When I asked Mexican chef friends which restaurant best represented the gastronomic scene in this city, the consensus was unanimous: Maximo Bistro. The story of chef and co-founder Eduardo García is legendary. He started his career at age 5 as a migrant farm worker. Then he worked illegally as a teen in restaurants, landing a job for Eric Reipert. That was all before he was arrested, convicted, and jailed for a felony before being deported back to Mexico. Against all those odds, he's become one of the country's top chefs.
This is a barn.
What used to be a...
No, I did it on purpose because I was a migrant worker in the States. And one of the happiest moments for me was when I lived in Ohio.
Really?
And we lived inside a barn. Inside the barn were 6 little houses, where 6 families lived, and we were one of them. So I wanted to build my farm inside.
Garcia would describe the food coming out of his kitchen as French Mexican, classical French technique using hyper-local ingredients to produce updated takes on ancestral recipes. I describe it as awesome. Even our table bread became exciting with this smoky spread of goat cheese and artichoke ash. Next, it was this Mexican-style octopus ceviche.
Make a little tostada out of this.
A nice piece of octopus,
With some guacamole with some salsa.
a bit of the flour and radish.
Nice layout. So you get a bit of everything with the bite. Then just dive in.
Tostadas al comal, perfectly fire roasted. I mean, they're like potato chips.
An octopus is so soft, not chewy at all.
Perfectly smooth guacamole.
Perfect texture.
Wow.
Like nothing overpowering anything else. It's just like a really well-rounded flavor to it.
Yeah, well balanced.
Yep.
The real kicker was this Oaxacan-style open-faced tlayuda.
We have some mole over here, hand-grinded salsa. Try to cut it as if it was like pizza slices, man.
Right, I'm trying to pretend that this is a Oaxacan pizza. Oh, look at that. Kind of proud of myself
You made it.
that I've extracted perfect little pizza slice of tlayuda.
You'll get your hands dirty at some point.
Yeah.
And they're cool with it.
Fine dining where you get your hands dirty. That's a good way to describe it. I felt like you handled that dish with a certain amount of respect for tradition.
Yeah, super traditional. Just only like taking care of certain spices, like not to be so overwhelming, so
Right.
spicy.
Well
Where-
balanced.
Yes, yes. Because when you're in Oaxaca, it's a lot more hot, and you're drinking mezcal and beer, and it goes down like super well.
Yeah.
But here, like you know, more relaxed.
I was worried about choosing a high-end Mexican restaurant where we'd pay a few $100s and actually still be hungry when we left.
This is not the case.
No,
for
this
sure.
is not the case. I don't know if we're gonna finish this whole thing.
In Oaxaca, like people just eat. They love to eat. So when you do tlayuda, it has to be that size.
Okay.
You know, like if you cut it in half, it changes the name.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no way to do a gastronomical portion size.
You can, but it just takes the purpose out of the whole there's certain dishes that you shouldn't change.
I mean, it literally is as much food as a small Domino's pizza. Other places that are doing the same type of cuisine make you feel a little uncomfortable.
Maximo Bistro grew from a tiny location with only 4 employees to this full-scale operation. But the motto and the vibe here is the same as it's ever been. Their house is your house.
We needed some more space, but we keep the same feeling of a house, feeling that your best impression is the food.
It's comfortable.
We like that. We like you to feel comfortable like in home.
I do feel at home. Now I don't want to leave.
Anytime it's your house.
Claro, mucho gusto.
My pleasure.
The business has grown into a small restaurant empire, and Garcia has become a bona fide rock star chef.
How does that feel to be you, to have come from a Mexican immigrant in Ohio, of all places, to being responsible for a place like this, being responsible for representing the new wave of Mexican culture?
Obviously, it feels amazing, but you have to remember too, like I'm just a little part of the project. I am proud of what we've done in a country where, like you said before, most people in the US, even migrant workers, think that there's no future.
His food is a window through which Americans can see the modern version of Mexico.
It's a cultural doorway, and the most important is we're neighbors.
Yes.
You know, it's not. Look at what happened with what's happening with Ukraine and Russia, where it's neighbors but in the war. That's like we've been there before. And we don't want that.
It was hard not to want to try all the food at Maximo Bistro, harder to finish the portions, and impossible not to have a great deal of respect for the chef. On my last night in the city, the employee rate was no longer available at the St. Regis, but I got a Sheraton down the street for 69 bucks, in front of the statue they call El Angel. Hola. So this is definitely a step down from the St. Regis, but here at the Sheraton Reforma in Mexico City, they've automatically upgraded me to a junior suite. It's a pretty good sized room. It's a lot more than what I need. What it does lack that the St. Regis had was a butler. You won't find a butler here. I think here they just call it room service. A nice living room. And what I was surprised by, and what I did get from my Bonvoy Titanium Elite status, was free bathrobe and free slippers. And another gift, Mi Dulce de Mexico. Candies from different parts of Mexico laid out on the map in their proper location. Jamoncillo de Sinaloa, Glorias de Nuevo León, Mazapan de Toluca, Muegano de Ciudad de Mexico, and Ate from Michoacán. In my next full-length video, I'll be visiting Juarez in Chihuahua, Mexico, where I have spirited discussion about a spirit called Sotol. After that, it's street food and other stories from Saigon.